guys, it's Kat and Mariana Camille. Yes. And I'm going to be talking about tips on traveling, specifically road tripping with a baby. This is also some tips you can apply if you aren't a parent as well. There's useful tips. Okay, so for starters, I recommend taking pictures of your outfits and like things you have ideas of to combine. If you are someone that's into looking, I don't know, it's like not necessarily fashion, because most of my stuff wasn't fashionable. Mom's packing up if you hear noises in the background. But just right here. And Mari's gonna pull her hair. I do specifically recommend that if you have a girl and like to dress them up. Because a lot of the times I forget what I pair stuff with, specifically socks, which sounds stupid, but like, look at how cute they are. Next thing is rolling them. I try to roll mine as like tight as possible. You get them as flat as possible. There's also like the KonMari method where you make them into a square. The next thing is to bag your stuff in categories. So we put our stuff into categories. So we have a bag of our toiletries. Me and Mari's clothes are together. Mom's got too much crap, so hers is in a separate suitcase. And then we put like our food stuff and everything together, which I don't know, maybe people normally do that, but like I know how me and Mom used to do it was we just had our own bags. But it's easier now with a baby to find things if you have it categorized. And like if she has her stuff in her own bag, it just, I don't know. I don't think it matters, and it saves space to not have her own bags. Like I put her toys and everything together, so I made it easier to find by doing it by category instead of by whose it is. And she's gonna be talking, so it's gonna be hard to hear me. And I can't put her anywhere because what we brought, like we didn't bring a bouncer or anything, and then she's making a lot of noise in the background anyways. Ain't that right? The next thing is we take a little plastic container and put dish soap in it. And then it's seeming like we probably should have done that with detergent too, or gotten like a travel size detergent. The problem with travel sizes are they're like more expensive than they're worth. So it's better to just like get a small container to put it in that you can reuse. What are you doing? Bring extras of everything. I didn't bring enough muslin blankets. I only brought two, one for like at the hotel and one for in the car. And maybe I just don't like my baby being having a dirty blanket. Maybe I'm just like picky and a germ freak, but it's just like I should have brought like 4 or at least 3 because now we're doing laundry. And she peed on me once, and then I don't know, she peed herself or peed all over stuff twice. So we had to change her outfit, and then we really should change it again because she spit all over herself, but we literally didn't have another change of outfit with us. It was like buried in the car. So, it wasn't like horrible, but she kept dumping her milk all over herself. I have a bag for when you're traveling of the extras that you need separate from the other stuff. Because like I said, if we would have had another outfit, luckily I keep an extra set for an outfit for me and an outfit for her in our diaper bag. But like I needed like 3 outfits for her. A tip I found from another video was to not get so many diapers, and like this goes for formula too. Buy what you need once you get there. Only pack enough for traveling, so that way you save space, because like the diapers are gonna get used up while you're there, so you're not gonna need that space back. But be careful with that, because we ran out of diapers and didn't even know we ran out, and luckily we got more. So I was like, oh well, we're gonna need some tonight, because I thought we had a few left still, but no, we had none left. So it's a good thing we got some when we did. But it was just like, it's a really close call. If she would have needed one more diaper change, we would have been screwed. And then, of course, if you're breastfeeding, that's a little different. Just make sure you bring all your supplies and the stuff you need to clean them. And also, make sure you know the size of your room or the place that you're staying at versus the amount of stuff that you're bringing. I'm so glad we didn't bring her bouncer, because this is a very tiny room. We have a tiny sink. And, I mean, it's like a big room, but there's a lot of stuff crammed into it, like the kitchen, bedroom, living room, and like dining room is all within the same room, and the closet. Like when her pack and play was set up, we didn't have any room. And honestly, it was kind of a waste to bring her pack and play because she wanted to sleep with me the whole time. Obviously, if your baby will sleep on their own, it's probably easier and more comfortable if you put them in their own thing. I brought a play mat that she can, like, just like the flat one, activity mat, that's what they're called. And instead of like one of her bouncers and such, but it like didn't keep her entertained at all. But honestly, I don't know that the bouncer would either. I have no idea. This is what keeps her entertained. Woo! And then we brought a stroller, but we got a smaller stroller. We have a jogging stroller, but we got one that's more compact because the jogging stroller we literally could not have fit in the car with all the rest of the stuff. Luckily, my friend let me borrow her ring sling thing. One of my Dr. Seuss. And that came in handy a lot because Mariana just wanted to be carried, and she's 18 pounds, which doesn't sound like that much, but it's a lot when you're carrying her with one arm and trying to carry everything else on top of it. And of course, her diaper bag is more full than it normally is. Well, really, it was more for the road trip that we needed extra outfits because she didn't even wear most of her pajamas. She wore pajamas like twice because she kept falling asleep in her outfit after having a long day. And we weren't gonna wake her up because she still wakes up throughout the night. We're also leaving earlier than we anticipated because she was so fussy. Prepare for your baby to not even be close to themselves. I could barely get a picture of her smiling, and usually that's not a problem. And she's just like ridiculous. As you can see, she's a little wild. I also recommend bringing everybody that takes care of her normally with you on the vacation because her dad's not with us, and he's one of the main ones that helps. And when both me and my mom need more time to get ready than a guy does, or would have a guy to lift things like our luggage and stuff when we both have to do it, and I'm not very strong. I mean, she has muscles, but like it just helps having a guy with you, or at least the people that normally take care of your kid, because they're going to be even worse than they are at home, more than likely, because of their routine getting messed up. And we're in a different time zone, so that really messes with things. So instead of her getting up at 7:30, she gets up at 6:30. When you're traveling, be prepared to take a lot of stops, and be prepared to make those stops take a long time. We had a 7-hour drive take about 12 hours. Granted, we stopped for a little bit to go in a store, but I just needed her out of her car seat for a bit so she would stop screaming. Because it got to the point where 6 hours in, which isn't bad, of the driving, but we stopped for an hour, so really it was like 7, maybe 8 hours, whatever. A long time in, she did really well. I'm surprised, but she started getting really fussy. And she was so close to having a blowout and leaking through her diaper. I mean, like I said, she peed on me through her diaper. So we had a lot of issues with that. Just make sure you stop a lot and change her diaper because you don't want to have to deal with the blowout, because cleaning a car seat is a pain. Like, you can't just throw it in the wash either. We had to sit there and scrub it. Maybe that just depends on the car seat, but it was a pain. Honestly, this vacation did not feel like a real vacation. I'm going to make a reality of traveling or vacationing with a baby video, and there'll be more about that in there. Tip another person gave me was get them a new toy, in which we did. It was this one, and we brought snacks, lots of snacks. I don't know that the new toy did much other than because we traveled 3.5 hours, then did the other drive a few days later, the 7-hour one. So I don't know how much it helped. I probably should have waited until a 7-hour drive to give it to her. But she did sleep a lot in the car, luckily. If you have a baby that hates car rides, good luck. So a lot of people said for her to watch TV. The problem is she doesn't really like TV. And also, if we try to show her a phone, an iPad, a laptop, anything, she will try to grab it and play with it. Whereas the travel car or DVD player things, maybe if your vehicle already has one. I guess it kind of depends though, because a lot of the times they're if you're forward facing, and a lot of babies should be rear facing until a certain age and weight. I don't really know what that is off the top of my head because she's not even close to that point. But that might be kind of useless. But if you have the ones that can go on the back of the seat, if your baby likes TV, that could help. I feel like it's more for older kids because, I don't know, maybe babies do watch TV. Mine just doesn't really care. Ever so rarely can I keep her calm with TV. The nice thing about an actual TV is she can't grab it or get to it at all, especially if she's in her bouncer. In the car, she can reach it if it's close to her. We also played a lot of music to try to keep her calm. If your baby likes music, that might help. try to travel when it's their nap time or they're sleeping, or like if you need to wake them up earlier in the morning and to get them to go back to sleep in the car, because you're going to want them to sleep most of the time unless you're going to have to sit in the back with them. Like, I had to sit in the back with her quite a bit, especially just like the shorter trips, because we can deal with her crying for a little bit, but if she's crying for the whole drive, it's a pain. So a lot of the times I had to sit in the back with her, or dangerously angle really weird, and I know that was like stupid of me, but like, you know what, you gotta do what you gotta do as a parent. I would have to put like hold her bottle and like do all kinds of weird angles and turn my body in weird ways that if we got into a car accident I would have died. So it's easier to sit in the back with them. So make sure you have a space in the back where you can sit with them if you need to, because there's definitely points where I had to do that. Or that somebody can sit in the back with them. If it's just you and your baby traveling, be prepared to make a stop every time they need to eat, every time they need their diaper changed, every time they get fussy, because it's going to be a lot. No, it's going to be really hard. I didn't touch on the snacks enough. If you have a newborn, maybe they'll sleep longer. I don't really know. It kind of depends on your baby. But if they're old enough to have snacks, I recommend bringing a lot. The other thing is be careful to really watch them and have somebody that can watch them while they're eating to make sure they don't choke, because being in the car, I don't know, it made me nervous. So yeah, I personally would not recommend taking your baby on a road trip. If you can vacation without doing much of a road trip, or just doing the drive straight through, or doing the drive not necessarily straight through, I guess it depends. But try to do the drive, get all the drive done at once, like go to only one place instead of a bunch of places, because for Mariana, that just really drained her and seemed like a lot. And a lot of the people come up to her all the time, most of the time, to compliment her eyelashes and be like, oh, she's so cute, which, you know, a lot of people like babies, and that's fine. I enjoy people complimenting her because it's like, I created that. But at the same time, that's very draining for her, and like, I don't really like when strangers touch her most of the time, so it's like, and she'll scream too sometimes. That's been a new thing for her. She will cry if a stranger holds her, or like her chiropractor, our chiropractor, she started crying when he was holding her, and I don't understand why she got so upset with him, because she used to love him. I just wouldn't entirely recommend road tripping with a baby. Try to make sure you have extra help, at least the amount of help you have at home, but extra if possible, because it's been so draining. I haven't gotten a break in like 2 weeks, and usually I get somewhat of a break. I know a lot of people, it's like, oh really, I don't ever get a break, but I usually do, and being used to that and not having that's been very draining, on top of the sleep deprivation. Usually I can have someone watch her so I can take a nap. But that is it for our traveling road tripping tips with a baby. Say bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe below to see more of this cute face. I don't know what you're doing. Tika, 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 tika.